Welcome back, guys. This is going to be Game 2 between Kinetic and Voices for the StarCraftOz.com Open, sponsored by Steel Series. Over $450 in prizes on the way here for this tournament. We are going to be seeing a roundabout game, Game 2. Kinetic currently 1 up, and in we go. So it's going to be Kinetic spawning as the green Terran down the bottom left, and Voices as the blue Terran at the top right. Let's see how we go. More shoutouts to tbh.org by Voices there. So, first link is better. Anyway. So yeah, it's really early game. I expect to see the same type of game from these guys so far. I expect to see a pretty long one. At least 20 minutes in length. I'm going to guess. But, let's see how we go. Alright. I believe they have just finished their third game, so we will have a result after this game. But yeah, early game. Xel'Naga Cavern's a pretty good TVT map, but Tank Viking definitely an advantage because it's such a wide open natural. You can't really cover your ramp and that one over there, so see how we go. What do we got? So yeah, early game, yeah, I don't really know what they're going to do, to be honest. I'd like to see some nice pushing with Tank Viking from Kinetic to take this game out 2-0. See how we go. In the meantime, I'm just going to grab a quick drink while we have nothing happening on the screen.
Ew, it's warm.
Anyway. So we got the only. I want to see if Kinetic goes to that early 1 racks expand again. Like that did work really well for him. It was shut down pretty hard by that the cliff harass by Voices, but really you don't have a chance to do that this time. So I really think that the one racks expand will help him out a lot better here. In the meantime, Kinetic getting good scout of the entire base of Voices. Both players pretty much identical builds at the moment. It's kind of funny. They did this up until the expand, but 2 Marines at the top for Voices base here. Getting more Marines. He's going for the same build. He's going to go for the 1-1-1 again. In the meantime, I think he's trying to stop that expand coming down for Kinetic. With Kinetic having none of it, he's going to go for the 1-1-1 as well, by the looks of it. It's going to be interesting. In the meantime, we have a reactor coming down on the barracks, possibly for a tech switch here, but I doubt it. I think he's just going to go for a lot more Marines than normal. Nice scam by Voices there. He's going to pick up exactly what Kinect's doing, and it's going to be exactly the same thing he is, except he's getting a tech lab on that factory and nothing on the barracks, whereas Voices does have that reactor there. And there's a starport for both players as well. So pretty much identical builds coming, except with a reactor and for Voices. Alright, so we are seeing maybe a scout here by Voices. I'm not sure what's going on there. But hey, what's going on? Both players pretty much doing exactly the same build. This is kind of annoying. There we go. So it looks like we've got 1 Viking coming. 2 Vikings coming out of that. Yeah, and he's going to have Tank Viking coming from both players. Here comes a little push out. He's got 5 Marines and a tank coming from Voice. He's going to have scouting with this barracks here. But nicely positioned units here by Kinetic. He doesn't have Siege Research coming as of yet, but he's still going to be able to shut this down pretty easily because he does have that first Viking out as well. But no reactor for this one. Not sure what the barracks is doing. Probably should be heading down this way to do a scout, but anyway. Taking out the scout there of Voices with that tank. Looks like he's going to be pushing out here a little bit. Bunkers going up in Voices base. Not really that going to be that effective if the tank's siege mode right out the front. But he will have the vision with these Vikings because Kinetic only has well, he got 2 Vikings here, but as long as he gets in there and snipes one of these first, he should be fine. You want to have that kind of vision range on these tanks, especially when Voices does have Siege Research done right about in 10 seconds time, so we will have the advantage of the defenders. Really, all Kinetic can hope to do here is really contain him at the moment. He doesn't have Siege Research, he can't get at those tanks, even though they're not sieged up. There we go. There goes the reactor on Kinetic space there. He's also expanding, so I really think he should have just waited up here and forced Voices into one base. That command center is going... Oh, maybe not. He is going back up there. He does have Siege Research on the way. If he can contain Voices in this base, it's going to be very, very useful for him. Because he has taken his expansion himself. No, looks like Kinetic chooses to fall back here. Refinery is going down for Voices, and that command center is finished. But he's also getting another starport here, so that's interesting. Both players very strong, very solid players here at the moment. I haven't noticed many leaks at all, if any. So, hopefully we have a strong, long game. More Vikings being pumped out. Looks like, oh my god, don't run into the siege mode. That is a big mistake by Kinetic there. He is sniping a lot of the tanks, but really that was a big mistake. He lost a lot of his units. He did not want to run into all those sieged up units of Voices, so that's going to be devastating to him. If we have a look at the units lost tab, definitely annoying. He's almost double the units lost now. That's frustrating. He's getting a scout on all that with the missile turret in the mineral line before units even get there. That's kind of interesting. More of an extreme defensive play than anything. So Voices probably in the lead here at the moment, I'd say. Whoa, hang on. What's going on here? There we go. Alright, my stream was just freaking out a little bit for a second. Anyway, looks like we've got orbital command coming for both players at... Oh no, no orbital command for Kinetic. That's interesting. Usually you get them pretty much instantly. But anyway, we do have Banshees coming for Voices. So same sign of style for Voices in the first game, except he didn't do that tank drop to deal with the fast expansion of Kinetic. Really, if you have a look at the income tab here, we got 34 v 34. It's pretty much dead even, but Voices does have that second auto command up earlier than Kinetic, so that's going to play a big role, because every mule that comes out more for Voices than Kinetic is about 300 minerals. Alright, so here we go. We're going to push here for Voices. This could be very devastating here. He does have a bunker at the top with one tank and a turret, but I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, especially with that scan there. He does have 3 tanks here. If he splits the tanks up, he could probably just walk in and just win. But he's got 5 tanks. There we go. There's the siege mode. He is in range of that tank if he gets the Vikings over the top. No, maybe. I want to see the Vikings. There we go. Taking out that turret, it is going to be 5 Vikings versus 6. So, Kinetic being forced to pull back here. He's going to lose his couple of Marauders too, probably. No, maybe not. They're just out of range. Wow, that's interesting. Putting a supply depot down here, very good choice. Stops any